Another aspect of this past week was the buyout market. I want to hear your thoughts on this. There's some rumblings going around the league that maybe, everyone, why is everyone going to Brooklyn? What do you think about the buyout market generally before we dive into who won and who kind of lost?
Yeah, there was a lot of outcry this year, and a lot of that was on NBA Twitter, and there were fans thinking that, I think a lot of casual fans were like, oh my gosh, they formed a super team. Look at all these names down in Brooklyn. And you're like, well, yeah, except that Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge are role players now. Like, they're just not, I mean, they can contribute, but they're not super. This isn't five superstars locked together at their prime either. But there is a lot of concern, and it wasn't just on NBA Twitter. I got a text from a couple players who were just not thrilled with the way this is shaken out. The way the market is now is, if a guy wants a buyout, so he can go to Team X. And remember, Blake gave up $13 million. LaMarcus gave up $7 million. Like, they gave up real money to make this happen. It was going to be hard to move them with those contracts, but agents can depress that market and make it very difficult for, if you re-sign this guy, you won't be, if you trade for him, you won't sign him. We'll take him elsewhere. There's things they can do to depress the market. The guy can get the buyout and go where he wants. And they're going to chase rings. I don't think this is just a big market. Oh my gosh, they all went to Brooklyn or Los Angeles. I mean, the Spurs had success, right?
Yeah. It seems like the motivation is, I want to win.
I want to win, right? Right now, that's Brooklyn and Los Angeles. Ultimately, that may be somewhere else. The problem just becomes, it's not easy to fix. It's not, do you move the buyout date in front of the trade deadline, or do you add draft, like a couple second round picks, draft compensation for signing a guy off the buyout? Like, I'm not sure what direction to go to, if you want to calm that market down and cool it down. There's a few directions they can go, but everything has consequences. So by the way,
go ahead.
I was
going to say that I think that as far as this resetting your market value, that's kind of one risk. I think, you're leaving money on the table, but then also you sign a veteran minimum somewhere. If you want to get back to that level that you were previously at, how do you do that when your market is now set? Because, in sports, it's basically, what have you done for me lately? You don't get a pass on a body of work. We're going to pay you X amount of money because we loved your 20 years of this, or 10 years of that, or 5 years here.
No, exactly. And it can help. Andre Drummond was up to be a free agent this year. He wasn't going to be making $29.8 million with whatever his new contract was. But if he goes to Los Angeles and proves valuable in that role and kind of plays the good Dwight Howard role in that, a championship kind of run, his market value goes up. Like, I get why he's taking that risk.
Yeah, I think Andre Drummond for sure is, like, I think the Lakers won the buyout market, because in my opinion, I just think it's amazing. To me, it's like the Hunger Games, where the Lakers right now are kind of just like waiting for everyone else to take care of each other. Phoenix and Utah are going at it, and they're going to emerge battered. And then AD's been rested. Anthony Davis has been rested for a couple months now. LeBron James has a high ankle sprain, those tend to linger, but LeBron James takes better care of his body basically than anyone else in the league. That's what he's known for. And he's been to a lot of finals. So you imagine that he's going to be ready to go come playoff time. Dennis Schroeder was able to take some more accountability and ownership of this team during this period where the stars were out. Coach Vogel said we're going to lean on him a lot. So that gives him confidence. So when they're in the playoffs, he's going to be that number 3 guy. Everyone on that team understands their role. Caruso, Harrell, like, they all understand what they're there to do. And if Andre Drummond goes and understands, like, just like Marc Gasol did, like, what do you need me to do, and can I do that for you? Come June, this is going to be the most dangerous team in the NBA.
Yeah, look, there's still, to me, if they're healthy, if LeBron is going to be healthy, and then we'll see. Like you said, those things can linger. But if LeBron and Anthony Davis are healthy, they set the bar for the league, right? Like, maybe Brooklyn or Utah or somebody can clear the bar, but the Lakers are going to set the level come the playoffs. If you want to be a champion, you've got to be better than the Lakers, and it's not going to be easy. That's a loaded team. And I'm with you. Drummond also helps them in the short term. They don't want to fall back too far. They certainly don't want to fall into the play-in games. They got a 4-game cushion now, but like, Drummond can help them win games if he can, keep his toenails on and stay on the court and stay healthy. He just, somebody described him as an innings-eating pitcher, and I think that's actually a really good way. Like, he's going to be solid night in and night out. He's going to get you some buckets. He can help them win a couple of games and help get them through until they get the stars back in a few weeks.